Welcome to Germany for today's qualifying session at the famous Hockenheim ring. The pit lane lights will turn green in the next minute or two to signify the start of qualifying.
Hi guys, it's CombinedYoutuber here. Welcome to the F1 2016 Crew Mode today, and we'll be doing the German Grand Prix today. And here we are for the Hockenheim ring for the German Grand Prix. The first time we were in a career race at the Hockenheim on F1 2016, at the Hockenheim ring on F1 2016. The first ever race we've done in a career mode season at Hockenheim, because the other German Grand Prix were at Nürburgring. So here is Romain Grosjean out on track. We are going to watch what he does right now on this, the qualifying session, of course. And now here he comes into the final sector, the stadium section, of course. And now coming into the final two corners of where Romain Grosjean finishes. Here he goes to the final corner. He goes across the line, and he goes with a 116.7, and he goes P1 at the moment with that 116 pace. So let's see what we can do as we come out on track, out of the pit lane here in this qualifying session in the Hockenheim ring. And we see the Force India of Perez just about get out ahead of us. We should be able to get past him. Because I don't want anyone to block us on a obviously you don't block us on a hot lap. We did get past him, and now into the final two corners. Here we go, final corner. Trying to understeer on the exit, and now onto the curb, starting the first lap of this German Grand Prix qualifying. Here we go into turn one. A quick corner to fifth gear, up to sixth on the exit. Now coming now onto the mini straight. Now coming into turn two, braking down to second gear for better grip, of course. And now coming on the quicker line, coming into turn 3, and now onto the straight with DRS open, up to 7th and now up to 8th as you go past 380 kilometers an hour, 300 kilometers an hour, I was about to say. And now braking very hard for the hairpin, braking out the first gear, turning in nicely, and now just hit the exit curb a bit. Now coming into the second sector, I believe we were about 1/10 down or something, I don't know, probably a few hundredths up in fact. And now you're 100th up in the second sector, so this is good stuff from us right now. And now into the stadium section, down into second gear, hit the curb nicely. Now coming into this corner, the penultimate corner, we don't slide off the exit, which is where some people have experienced that. They've slid off into the gravel on the exit, but I haven't managed to do that now. And we cross the line with a 116.4, going fourth fastest so far in this qualifying session. We have Rosberg on pole, then we have Ricciardo in third, and we have Hamilton probably in second. So here we are back in the garage at this qualifying session. Yes, Hamilton is indeed in second. We in fact got the fastest first sector of the session so far. Here is Hamilton now coming into the final two corners. I can tell you that he's on two purple sectors right now, and he's going to cross the line with a 1:15.8, and he goes provisional pole, Lewis Hamilton, with a 1:15.8. That's a nice time from him. He has all three purple sectors. But now here is Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari, coming into the final two corners. What's Vettel going to do in his home race? Here he comes into the final corner, hits the curb nicely. He's coming onto the straight, crosses the line with a 1:16.3, going third fastest. Sebastian Vettel goes into third. And now here is the other Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen, coming into the final two corners once again. What can Räikkönen do as he crosses the line? He's currently in 7th place at the moment. He comes onto the straight, he does a 1:16.4, and he, at the same time as me, and he goes 5th fastest. So here we are on our fastest lap on our final lap of the session, which will end up being the fastest lap of the session. So here we go, final corner. Onto the straight now. Crosses the line to start our fastest lap of the session. Coming into turn 1, braking down to 5th gear and accelerating to 6th on the exit, hitting the curb and sliding just a bit there. Now coming into turn 2, braking down to 2nd gear, missing the apex just slightly there. Now coming into turn 3, taking it flat out, and now onto the straight. Now we're actually 9,000. We have 500ths up, but 9,000 slower than our first sector time on the previous lap. And now coming onto the straight, 8th gear, 340 kilometers an hour, braking down to first gear at the hairpin, turn 6. Nicely done there. We have nailed that without, well, obviously without a lockup because we have ABS on, because I can't deal with ABS off. Now coming flat out through turn 7, and now into turn 8, braking down to second gear, hitting the apex nicely. We are 1/10 up in our time, so this looks like a good time. Or understeering just a bit there on the exit turn 10, I think that was. And now into the fastest corner, into 5th gear, now into the stadium section now. Into second gear for the first part, and now through the last part, and now to the final 2 corners now. Where are we going to be for the German Grand Prix qualifying? The checkered flag is out, and here we go, 3/10 up. We have 4/10 up at least. Coming across the line now with a 116 in fact, 116.1 for us, and we qualify in 4th place for the German Grand Prix. So we, after getting 3rd in Austria, 3rd in Britain, and now 4th in Germany after getting 8th in Hungary.
Are Hamilton, Rosberg and Felipe Massa. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
So, Lewis Hamilton gets pole by 0.04 of a second from Nico Rosberg in 2nd. Then it's Sebastian Vettel taking 3rd for Ferrari. You can see Romain Grosjean has a grid penalty, so that's not ideal. We take 4th ahead of... Actually, no, it's Felipe Massa in 3rd, of course. Then it's me in 4th. Then Sebastian Vettel in 5th. So, Romain Grosjean, he would end up starting in 8th, I think, but he's way down the field now. So let's hope this race goes well after the terrible race that was Hungary, after finishing in 17th. Here are resource points after this session. We have 88 resource points after qualifying, so that brings us to 539. Obviously not so good because I did a downforce upgrade. In fact, no, I did a downforce upgrade for Hungary. But for Germany, I think I did a fuel efficiency upgrade, maybe? In the rivalry, we are still losing to Max Verstappen there, which is not ideal, to be fair. We out-qualified him, but it was okay. So here is the driver position. We are still overachieving in the season at the moment, despite beating Grosjean. And now let's go to the race for the German Grand Prix.
There's nowhere at all I'd rather be today than here at Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix. We have an incredibly competitive field this year, which means we should be in for a treat. And judging by the sea of people filling the grandstands, there's a fair-sized chunk of Germany that agrees with me. We're racing in the Rhine Valley this weekend at the home of many of the sport's finest competitors. The 2.8-mile Hockenheim ring requires precision through the technical stadium section and great raw speed down the long, flat-out curve towards the popular overtaking zone of the Turn 6 hairpin. Watch out for a lot of wheel-to-wheel action there today. And joining me on this journey today is Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, it's the home race for Mercedes, so tell me from your perspective as a driver, does a team's attitude change for their home race? Obviously a home victory, particularly good marketing, you think, play on the national pride side of things a bit, but do you see that all come through at all?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, you do get a bit of a pep talk, I suppose. There's certainly somewhat of a raised sense of importance when it's the team's home race, but at the end of the day, we're all professionals. I mean, I want to win every race I compete in, and the teams want to win every race they compete in too. So the stakes are unbelievably high at this level. I mean, the effort is 100%, 24/7 all year round, whether it's your home Grand Prix or not.
The season is going well for us so far. Let's keep this momentum going and deliver another good result here.
And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here we are for the German Grand Prix in the Hockenheim ring, starting from 4th place on the grid. Let's hope this is a good race. It should be better than Hungary. Well, obviously it will be better than Hungary. Hungary was like one of the worst races this season, and in fact it was the worst result of the season so far, but in fact probably was one of the worst races this season. If I recall it, it was pretty bad, to be fair. I don't really enjoy driving Hungary anyway. So our strategy, we are going to edit it a bit because we're going to pit on lap 6 for a set of medium tyres. Because I don't know why they're forcing us to go on medium tyres, but it's not really the best thing to do. Here we are on the formation lap, starting from 4th behind Felipe Massa, who I forgot was in 3rd. I thought Vettel was in 3rd, but it was in fact Massa in the Williams. So let's hope we can fight against Massa for the podium today. Massa had a decent qualifying. We are now weaving on the back straight here down towards turn 6, the hairpin. 10 minutes into the video already, and we haven't even started the race, which is okay. Qualifying must be included because my subscribers wanted qualifying, so I just wanted qualifying combined with the race in career mode episodes. It seems better right now, so here we go, still behind Massa as we head into the stadium section and almost line up on the grid for this German Grand Prix, the first ever career race we will have in Hockenheim. So here we go, coming onto the grid now for this race. We're starting from 4th place, Hamilton on pole, Rosberg in 2nd, Massa, who we hope to fight with, is in 3rd, and we're in 4th, lining up now on the grid. Here we go, lining up on our grid slot. Vettel in 5th place there, and now it's Ricciardo and Raikkonen. Bottas, Verstappen, and is that Perez in 10th? I don't know. And now here we go, ready for the start of the German Grand Prix, the midway point of the season at round 12. And so away we go for the German Grand Prix. Rosberg has made a good start there, and he's going to go alongside Hamilton coming into turn 1. He goes alongside the side by side coming into turn 1. We are very close to Massa there. We've kept our 4th position into turn 1. Massa goes to the inside of Hamilton. Is he going to make it? No, he doesn't. And coming to turn 2. Taking a very wide line there. Rosberg takes the lead of the German Grand Prix. Here we go. Coming onto the straight now. We are going to slipstream Felipe Massa as we head down into turn 6. We are side by side with Massa as we come down to turn 6. The two Mercedes are side by side. We are gaining on them, and we're going to make it 3 wide coming into the hairpin, maybe even 4 wide as we head into the hairpin now. We're going to go on the inside. It is 4 wide in fact. Here we go. Going to go side by side now, and it's now 3 wide once again as Bottas, who started 8th place, comes out of nowhere to try and get into the lead of this race. We back out of the move there as Rosberg touches us, and Rosberg and Bottas are side by side heading into turn 7, and then now into turn 8. Bottas still side by side with Rosberg coming into this corner. He's going to go on the inside into the start of the stadium section, and Bottas now takes the lead. He started from 8th place and he's now got up into the lead of the Grand Prix. What a start to the German Grand Prix, our first ever race in Hockenheim. What a start to the race. Bottas leads after lap 1, Nico Rosberg in 2nd, then we're in 3rd, Felipe Massa in 4th. So Hamilton has gone from pole position down to P5. Here we go. Coming onto the straight now, we're going to slipstream Nico Rosberg as we head down into this corner. Down onto the straight now into turn 6. Here we go, slipstreaming him, coming down to the hairpin. We're going to go to the inside, and we're going to get past Nico Rosberg into turn 6, and we get past him into 2nd place. Now we're going to try and challenge Valtteri Bottas, who's in the lead of this race. What a start to this German Grand Prix. That was very exciting at the start of this race. With that 4 wide through the hairpin. We'll see a replay in a moment, but Bottas, unexpectedly, I believe he actually started 8th on the grid. I swear he started 8th on the grid. And now he's actually in the lead. So here is a replay of the start I promised for. You can see Bottas there. First Hamilton, yep. So Bottas did indeed start in 8th, I think. So let's see the start. Bottas actually got a decent start there. Went on the inside of Ricciardo into turn 1. We kept our 4th place. We just kept it cautious into turn 1. But the Mercedes was side by side. And Bottas, you can see behind, is side by side with Ricciardo. And now this is where the Mercedes battle. So Hamilton behind Rosberg, and we are behind Massa. And it's Vettel who Bottas passes next. So there's the Mercedes side by side. We are side by side with Hamilton. And now here is the 4 wide moment. We are 4 wide of the hairpin. Bottas on the inside of Vettel. And now we are 4 wide. It's very, very tight. And you can see that Hamilton and Massa get pushed off. And now Bottas moves to the inside, coming into turn 7. So yeah, Rosberg actually touches us there, so we had to back out of the move and almost slide off into the almost slide off. But somehow Bottas managed to go on the inside of both of us and tried to get the lead. And he actually did get the lead into this corner here. What an exciting start to this German Grand Prix. We have a different leader after the first lap, Valtteri Bottas. So here we go. On to lap 4 of the German Grand Prix. We are behind Valtteri Bottas. We are very close to him, heading into turn 2. Here we go. What are we going to do to him up to the straight? Here we go, onto the straight now. We're going to use some DRS to try and get past Valtteri Bottas here. Rosberg is also going to try and challenge us. Now here we go, onto the straight now. We're gaining on Bottas. We're going to go to the inside of him, into turn 6, and we get on the inside of Bottas, into turn 6. Here we go, we are slightly ahead, and we do get the lead of the German Grand Prix on lap 4. So we take the lead. Bottas now tries to tuck back into the slipstream. Is he going to try and get back past us? No, he doesn't. We are taking the lead of the German Grand Prix. The second time this season we have led some laps in this career mode. So now Bottas moves to the inside, coming into turn 1. Is Bottas going to get us? There's a bit of contact there, and Bottas retakes the lead. But now Rosberg comes to the inside of us, coming into turn 2. Is Rosberg going to try and get us? We're going to try and hold it round the outside, and there's contact there, and Rosberg has spun round. That's unfortunate for him there, and now he's out of the race. That is just, oh my god, Rosberg's out of the race. For the championship terms, that is very, very costly for Nico Rosberg. He will lose points if Hamilton wins, so he gets collected by Massa, and then he gets collected by Sainz, which is the fatal blow, and he is out of the race with the suspension damage. That is very, that was very interesting there for Nico Rosberg. He is out of the race, and that's his championship chances for this race over. So, one Mercedes out, which is unfortunate there. We have come into the pits on lap 5 for a set of tyres. This is the medium tyres, because the game forced us to go into medium tyres. I actually tried a soft tyre strategy, and they wore out at the end of the race, so that was one of the attempts, but this is the second attempt of the race. So the medium tyres now, we are coming out of the pits now behind the 2 Saubers, and just about Sebastian Vettel as well, so we're behind Sebastian Vettel in the pit lane. That's really costly there. As now we have a safety car in this German Grand Prix. This is a lot of events happening here. Rosberg spinning out and retiring from the race, and now we have a safety car because of Sergio Perez. What has happened to him here? He's just coming onto the straight, and his engine has in fact blown up on the pit straight, and he has to park to the left-hand side on the straight. So I don't imagine Force India having an engine problem, but Sergio Perez did just have an engine problem, and that's what's caused the safety car. That would make sense, to be fair, because the safety car would usually come out for parked cars on a straight, just in case there's another car that slides off and into that car. So that's why the safety cars come out. So that's an actual reason for the safety car to come out. So the F1 2016 have got it right this time. So we've just come out of the pits in front of people. People coming out of the pits, and we are now in 8th place. So very decent race so far. It's had some dramatic moments too, with Rosberg bailing out early after he spun round on us, which is really unfortunate because Hamilton is now leading after the safety car restart. So if Hamilton wins, he'll have a big lead in the championship, and Rosberg will have to somehow catch up in the championship because this race has absolutely cost his chances. So now, here we go, safety car is coming in this lap, and let's hope we can have a good end to this race. Let's see what we can do to Sebastian Vettel. He is now in 2nd place, so it's Hamilton leading after the safety car. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, and we are in 3rd, Felipe Massa in 4th. Then we have, I don't actually know who we have. So here we go, after the safety car restart, we go very close to Vettel there. And now here we go into the final corner to restart the German Grand Prix. Here we go, Hamilton leads into turn 1. Coming down to turn 1 from Sebastian Vettel. Massa is very close to us, as we always get bad traction on safety car races for some reason. Hamilton and Vettel are very close, as now Massa is also very close to us. Coming down to turn 2. Are we going to get Sebastian Vettel here? I don't know. We'll see. On to lap 10 now of this race. This has gone fast. Now coming into this corner now. Vettel is getting closer and closer to Hamilton. Is he going to challenge him? Coming down to turn 6. Is he going to go on the inside? No, he doesn't quite. The Ferrari is a bit too slow and a bit inferior for the Mercedes straight line speed. In that the Ferrari was sort of doesn't really have the straight line speed to beat a Mercedes on the straight. So yeah, I think Hamilton will run away with this now from Vettel. Let's see, on to lap 12 now of this Grand Prix. We have 6 laps to go, including this one. So include this one, you go 1, 2, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, which is 6 laps. Here we go, onto the straight. Coming now into the long straight. Let's see what we can do. Sebastian Vettel. We have DRS wide open. We're going to go onto the straight. We're getting closer and closer to Vettel. Are we going to go for a dive up the inside? Yes, we are going to go for a dive up the inside. This is from a long way back. We have actually left Vettel no space there, and he's actually spun round. Vettel has spun round on the exit of the hairpin. He's actually tried to rejoin the track and turned into us there. That's what I think. But now here we go. Onto the straight now. This is the replay of the incident with Sebastian Vettel. We are going to go for, we were diving up the inside. There was a bit of contact there. Vettel was forced off the track, and as he was rejoining it, he did indeed turn right and into our car, which forced him to spin. So here is the replay of him. He gets forced off the track. Then he turns right as he was trying to rejoin the track, and he spun round after spinning round on my car. So I believe that was just a racing incident, to be fair. I don't think that was anyone's fault. Now onto lap 13 of this race, Hamilton has pulled away from the pack with a 4-second lead. We are in second place at the moment here in Germany. Massa has DRS open. He's going to go to the outside of us coming into turn 2. He's going to go round the outside into turn 2. He's going to try and do it. Yes, he does, and Massa gets it done. Into second place he goes. But now we're going to go slipstreaming him coming down into the turn 6. Onto the straight, we are slipstreaming him onto the inside now of Felipe Massa. No, to the outside of Felipe Massa, in fact. We dipped onto the grass a bit. And Massa is the inside line, so he should be able to still get us. And he keeps second place. Massa takes second place away from us. Can we get him back on the next lap? We shall see. We're coming into turn 7. The turn 8, in fact, because turn 7 was a flat out right kink. And now, corner cutting just slow there. Let's see this corner now to lap 15, so we have 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Here we go, taking the quicker line. I think that's pretty much a quicker line for us there. I think that's a quicker line, that's why I take it. Now with DRS open once again, we're going to go move to the inside of Felipe Massa coming into this corner, and we get back past him into second place. We have got Felipe Massa, and we are surely comfortably in this position. We're going to try and get second place. Massa's trying to challenge us back though into turn 7. We are going to go side by side through the fight out kink at turn 7. We have the inside line into turn 8 though. And we're going to go, we're still side by side into turn 8. We get slightly ahead, but Massa backs out of the move, and we have held on to second place. That's some good defending from us there. We are going to try, I think we're going to finish second place here. This will equal our best result. Of course in Russia we finished in second as well. And onto the straight, we dipped onto the grass a bit there, and Massa's going to go on the inside once again. We're touching wheels, and Massa gets into second place once again. He goes around the outside onto the curb, and now Massa, we're going to slipstreaming once again. Coming onto the straight now, Ricciardo is moving to the inside as well as Bottas. We're going to move to the inside of Felipe Massa once again into the hairpin. We're going to go on the inside, coming into the hairpin, going a little bit wide there, but we held on to second place once again. We get back into second place. This is a very, very eventful race in these last few laps, and it's been eventful for the entire race. I would have to say that. And now onto the last lap. Do we have one more eventful moment on this straight? Here we go. Is Massa going to get us back? Yes, he indeed is. Here he comes to the outside. Massa gets us, Ricciardo gets us, and Bottas gets us as well. So we've been swapped by 3 cars into the hairpin. And now we're going to go brake late up the inside of all 3 of them. Massa's trying to hold it around the outside, and he's held it onto the curb, and he doesn't quite get us there. So we hold second place after such a good holding on there. So that was a very good move there from us. Massa, Ricciardo and Bottas all got us, and we got them back. Massa actually tried to hold on, but didn't quite get us. And now into the final corner, and we finish in second place in our first ever Hockenheim race in the German Grand Prix as our 3rd podium of the season. That was a very, very good race. I would have to admit that. That was a very good race. That had a lot of overtakes and a lot of battles. Lewis Hamilton won, yeah, but still, it had a very good race. It was a very good race with a lot of battles there, so we finished in a pretty good second place. That's our third podium of this F1 2016 career mode so far. And, yeah, and also Massa gets his first podium in his career. So, Hamilton celebrates on the top step. You can see us in second place, and Felipe Massa in third. For the first time, the Brazilian gets a podium in this career mode. So we are spraying the champagne, which, to be honest, I think I'm too young for. But it's a game, so of course, it's not realistic with age. Doesn't matter what age you are, you still drink champagne on the podium. So, that was a pretty good race, I have to say. So, Lewis Hamilton wins the German Grand Prix, 16 seconds behind is me in second place, Felipe Massa in third, then Daniel Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas in fifth, then Nico Hülkenberg, then Daniel Kvyat from seventh on the grid, very good drive from him, Jenson Button in eighth, Kimi Räikkönen in ninth, wow, and Kevin Magnussen in 10th, Pascal Wehrlein in 11th. That would have been good points for Mano there. Julian Palmer, then Fernando Alonso, Rio Haryanto, Romain Grosjean, our teammate, finishes in 15th. Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel after being spun. Marcus Ericsson, Felipe Massa, Max Verstappen in 20th for some reason. And the DNFs were Sergio Perez and a championship-changing DNF for Nico Rosberg. So, that has indeed given Hamilton a bit of a lead in the championship. So 34 points is the gap that Hamilton has to Rosberg at the moment. So Rosberg DNFing has helped Hamilton a bit there, but we'll see what happens in Spa, the Belgian Grand Prix.
Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season.
Yeah.
I hope you can join us at the next race to see
so,
who will come out on top.
Lewis Hamilton leads the Drivers' Championship. 34 points is the gap from Nico Rosberg. That's Daniel Ricciardo, me in fourth, and Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel, Jenson Button in ninth. Then Romain Grosjean, Sergio Perez, Felipe Massa, Nico Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz, Darren Kvyat, Fernando Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, Rio Haryanto, Pascal Wehrlein, Julian Palmer. I think it was Ericsson, Haryanto, and then Mercedes lead the constructors, where 183 points from Red Bull, then it's Ferrari, then Haas and Williams, McLaren, Force India, Toro Rosso, Renault, Manor, and then Sauber, the only team to not score points so far in this career mode and this season. Let's hope they do score points once the upgrades come at the end. So here are resource points after the race. Got a 94% clean lap because you had a bit of contact in there. 115 resource points in total, which is very good. And then for the first driver bonus, we get an extra 93. So that's bringing us over 200, maybe even 300. That's the benefit of having us as number one driver. The rivalry update. We are going to be very, very close in this rivalry. We are leading the rivalry, but Verstappen is only 1 point behind us. So maybe in Belgium, we're either going to win it, lose it, or even draw it. Maybe even. Imagine if we draw the rivalry. That'd be interesting. So yeah. That's going to be very close, Max Verstappen. We need to beat him in Spa. So with session goal, we have just smashed that after finishing in second. So that was a very good race in my opinion. The German Grand Prix. Here's our career score. 31 laps distance driven apparently. No flashbacks. Because obviously I did a flashback. I always do flashbacks. 7,681 for our weekend. So, hope you enjoyed this rather eventful German Grand Prix in Hockenheim. Our first ever Hockenheim race. F1 Hockenheim career race. And we finished in second. Our third podium of the season. The next race is the Belgian Grand Prix in Spa-Francorchamps. So, hope you enjoyed this race, and see you guys on my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.